Hello, and welcome to another episode of Monday Mom2Mom Moment with me, Misty Hughes. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Whether you're a marvelous mom in the trenches or a magnificent mom-to-be, I know you've got a lot on your plate. I hope this short time together offers you some encouragement and wisdom for your journey. Today, we're diving into the topic of mentorship. Who needs it? Who wants it? And what it should look like. We'll also touch on the importance of humility, being an example, and looking to the interests of others, all while keeping your eyes on what God says about seeking wisdom. Let's get started. I received this short question from Nancy.
How do you determine who needs or wants mentoring and what that looks like?
First, let's talk about who needs a mentor. The truth is, we all do. None of us were meant to go on this journey of motherhood or even life in general alone. Whether you're just starting out on your mom journey, navigating the teenage years, or even entering a season of empty nesting, there's always someone who's gone before you who can offer guidance and encouragement. In fact, I believe that being mentored is one of the most powerful ways we can grow in our faith and our role as moms. Let me share a little about my own mentoring journey. In 1998, my husband of 13 years left. I was desperate to know God more intimately. I knew I needed Him in a way I'd never experienced before. During that time, God led me to the Song of Solomon, a book in the Bible. As I began to study the book, I saw how much like the Shulamite I was and how similar my own journey was to hers. I began to identify with each word she spoke, and her own journey of discovery became my own testimony of knowing Jesus as my husband, like it says in Isaiah 54. One of the first things to hit me during these years of studying this book was from chapter 1, where the Shulamite cries out, "Tell me, O you whom my soul loves, where do you pasture your flock? Where do you make it lie down at noon? Why should I be like a veiled one?" Now, at first, this language seems odd, but a further study of what she's really saying reveals a longing that I had to know Jesus and to be with Him. My own cry sounded something like this: "Tell me, O you whom my soul longs to know more fully, where can I find you? I don't want to be hidden behind this veil of shame. I want to know you and be known by you." As this became my own desperate cry to know Jesus, His response came to me from the next verses. 3 directions are given to those of us who are searching to know Jesus more fully. I promise this is all about mentoring, so hang with me. You see, I'm mentoring you in this process. The first directive, the verses with the 3 directives begin. "If you do not know, most beautiful among women." Hey, I have to pause here and say, learning to hear Jesus talk to me and call me most beautiful among women took a long time. I was so veiled in shame, but that's for another podcast. The 3 directives that He gives are: follow the trail of the flock. Those who have gone before you, mama, be mentored. Pasture your young goats. Those younger than you, mentor others. Buy the tents of the shepherd. Connected to the body. I wanted to be close to Jesus, and I realized that part of the journey was being mentored and mentoring others. Over the years, some of the very women I mentored became mentors to my daughters. And now my daughters are offering that same mentorship to others, whether it's in business, parenting, or life in general. You really do reap what you sow. Let's move on. Sometimes we don't realize how much we need or want mentorship until we're in the thick of things. Life gets busy. We get caught up in our routines, and before we know it, we're trying to do it all on our own. But here's the thing, marvelous mom. God never intended for you to do life alone. He designed you to be in community, to learn from one another, and to pass on what you've learned to others. You might be listening today because you feel a tug on your own heart to mentor others, but you're not sure how to start. Or maybe you're longing for someone to come alongside of you in this season of life, but you're hesitant to ask for help or even know who to ask. Mentorship is a gift from God, both to give and receive. Let's talk about what mentoring should look like. There are a few key scriptures that give us a blueprint for this. The first one is from 1 Peter 5:3, which says, "Not domineering over those in your charge, but be examples to the flock." It's a call to lead with humility. Mentorship isn't about having all the answers or being perfect. It's about walking alongside of someone, sharing your experiences, and pointing them to Jesus. Titus 2:3-5 gives another picture of mentoring. It says, older women are to be reverent in behavior, not slanderers or slaves to much wine. They are to teach what is good and to train young women to love their husbands and children. This scripture emphasizes the importance of teaching what is good, passing on wisdom, encouraging others to live out their faith in practical ways, and helping navigate through the challenges of life. It's also a call to those who are mentoring to know what is good, to be able to teach what is good, and to train and equip younger women to do the same. Philippians 4:9 also instructs us to be an example. It says, "What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you." As mentors, we are called to model the life of faith for others. We should be able to say, "Follow me as I follow Jesus." And finally, Philippians 2:4 reminds us to not only look at our own interests, but also the interests of others. Mentorship is not about what I know, but it is about serving others, putting their needs before your own, and helping others grow in their relationship with God. When my boys were in their early adolescent and teen years, we were involved in a ministry where there were a lot of young adults. Many of these young adult men saw my boys growing up without a father, and they genuinely wanted to support. I would encourage these young men to just meet with my son in a coffee shop, to play soccer with them, to just build a friendship. One day, one of my sons came home and he was like, "Mom, I am so tired of this. All these guys want to do is tell me what they've learned. They just want to preach to me." Beloved, this is not what mentoring is. Mentoring is coming alongside. It is being curious about the others that you're walking with, encouraging them, pointing them to Jesus, leading by example, being a sounding board and a listening ear. The most important part of all of this is asking God for wisdom, prayer. Whether you are seeking a mentor or seeking to mentor others, it begins by asking God for wisdom. James 1:5 tells us, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him." Beloved, God has a generous amount of wisdom, revelation, and understanding to give to those of us who ask. So if you are seeking to be a mentor, if you're wanting to understand what it should look like, if you are a mom who longs for a mentor, ask God for wisdom and ask Him for His guidance. Ask Him to give the wisdom to know what to say, how to encourage, when to reach out, and how to lead others closer to Him. You know, I found that when I pray for wisdom, God is so faithful to provide it. He opens doors for conversations. He gives me insight into the needs of others, and He equips me to be the mentor He's called me to be. If today's discussion on mentoring has stirred something in your heart, perhaps it's time to go deeper and invest in your own growth. Take a next step toward becoming the mom, mentor, and the woman of God that you are created to be. I'm excited to announce the start of the Transform Mom 6-week cohort, beginning on September 3rd. Now, this isn't just another course. It's an opportunity to experience real transformation along with a community of like-minded women who are also ready to step into their God-given roles with confidence and grace. Together, we'll explore practical tools, biblical wisdom, and we will support one another as we tackle the challenges of motherhood, faith, and personal growth, all with a heart of gratitude. Whether you're seeking guidance in your own life or wanting to become a mom mentor to others, this cohort is designed to equip you with empowering tools that you need to thrive. Don't miss this chance to join us. Head over to the link in the show notes to sign up. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with this thought. Whether you're looking for someone to mentor you or you feel called to mentor others, know that it is part of God's design for your life. It's a way to grow closer to Him. Thank you for joining me today on this Monday Mom2Mom Moment with me, Misty Hughes. If you've enjoyed this episode, please share it with others who might be blessed by it. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time, keep your eyes on Jesus and keep mentoring with humility, love, and grace.